y'all, welcome to another Shadowlands Dungeon Guide. This one's going to be focused on the Halls of Atonement, and luckily there is a summoning stone outside. And as always, this is going to be in chronological order, so you can go ahead and pause and play this throughout the dungeon while you do it yourself. The first trash mobs I wanted to focus on are going to be the Houndmaster and the Gorgons. These things are going to absolutely clap when the Houndmaster buffs them, so make sure you're killing the Houndmasters first before they get enraged, or else you're going to get a stacking bleed debuff on the tank that's going to be really hard to heal through without defensives. Before you can fight the first boss, you're going to have to go around and kill the shards of Halkias. You'll see at the top of the screen there's a bar that you have to fill up with Anima. Each one of these is marked on the map by the yellow dot on the mini-map. They do an AoE ability that can hurt pretty bad depending on what level Mythic Plus you're in. In lower keys it's not too bad, but in higher ones be ready to AoE heal as much as possible. As you're running around you're going to see the loyal Stoneborns. If you're a Revendreth you can actually control these summons and have them help you out along the way, so it will smooth it out just a little bit having those around. We're going to go ahead and hop directly into Halkias. It makes it pretty easy if you tank him here for the first couple of seconds, because when he does heap debris, it's going to leave a slowing AoE puddle on the ground that will give you some difficulty a little bit later. As we pull him away from this initial area, you want to make sure you're standing in the circle or else you get feared. Eventually he's going to cast his 4-way beam, and you're going to have to rotate with this left or right. Be ready because it can change direction, so try not to stand as close as possible to it, because if it swaps, you're just going to be taking damage that's unnecessary. After that, we're going to hop right into the trash. The Reavers and Eviscerators can just be tanked far away, but the Ankle Biters, the little adds, will actually attach to a player and stun them for 0.5 seconds every second. So make sure you're getting those off of the players once you see them on them. The next boss that we're going to run into is going to be Echelon. Throughout the encounter, he's going to target a player and throw a puddle at them. Go ahead and just sidestep that so you're not taking any damage. You're going to see these little adds that spawn, and as they die, they turn to stone. You might want to kill them one at a time because they do bursting damage as you kill them. Eventually, he's going to target a player and do Curse of Stone. You're going to want to make sure that you're walking over those stone adds so that he breaks those and forces them to not respawn again. You want to make sure that you're not on top of your players when you're doing that, because everyone will take AoE damage from that leap. The next boss we're going to hop straight into is High Adjudicator Aleez. Throughout the encounter he's going to spawn these spirits that chase after a player. Make sure you're standing around one of these vessels on the outside, and if you look at him he will stop moving, so just face away, that way he runs directly into the vessel and you don't have to deal with it. Throughout the encounter the boss is going to have two casts, a bolt and a volley. You should be able to interrupt both of these, but the volley is the priority. As well, you get to see him cast an AoE puddle on the ground. Make sure you're just sidestepping that because it is completely avoidable damage that no one should be standing in at the end of the day. Right after this boss, I did want to include the Inquisitor. All these mobs are going to be neutral in the beginning. As soon as you start fighting him, they turn red. What you can do is actually attack all of these, because eventually he's going to try and drain life from them. So depending on how many are alive, the longer it's going to take you to kill this boss, when it is nice and easy to AoE them. Last but not least, you're going to have Lord Chamberlain. You're just going to sidestep the telekinetic toss, that way you're not getting hit by the statues. Unleash Suffering will be a frontal cone on a player. Try not to stack up. Eventually he's going to pull all 4 of the statues into himself and then throw them back out again. Make sure you're not in the path for that. As well as he's going to go ahead and use Ritual of Woe. Make sure you're standing between the boss and the actual statues themselves to absorb that beam to avoid damage. Tanks, go ahead and use your defensives for Stigma of Pride. And if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave your comments down below.